Hello guys, how's everyone? In today's blog, I will show you the successful propagation of Alocasia Macrorrhiza variegata. There are few methods to multiply and propagate Alocasia Macrorrhiza variegata plants, such as through corms, basal offset, and tuber division. In this video, I will be showing you how I propagated this plant through basal offset and tuber division, and it will be a complete guide, so please stay tuned. Let's get started. Variegated alocasia, commonly known as elephant ear, is an absolutely spectacular plant for your garden. The massive leaves of Alocasia Macrorrhiza variegata are splashed with shades ranging from dark green to pure white. This plant can grow as much as 15 feet tall and 8 feet wide. The growth and leaf color of Macrorrhiza variegata will depend on the soil we are using, and the sunlight, the temperature, humidity, and other factors. After 8 months of taking care of this plant, it grew tremendously, and it needs to be repotted as soon as possible because overcrowded plants are competing with each other for soil nutrients, and I've noticed that pests have started to attack. I was busy to do repotting because of the delays they had grown like this, but if repotted earlier, the growth would be more than this. They were overcrowded and they do not have enough room to grow. Before transplanting, prepare the soil. I am using a mixture of a garden soil, compost, or chicken manure, and you may add some rice hulls. And here's my way of propagation. Remove the plant from its pot. Once exposed the roots, you'll see that this alocasia is actually made up of multiple offsets, or baby plants. These are all more or less connected through the roots. But you'll find it very easy to separate a few of them. Or you can use a disinfected scissor or knife if the roots are too tangled. The nice part about dividing plants is that all the offsets will have their own little root system, so you won't have to wait for them to root. If the soil turned up to be quite clump, you can soak in water or use a gardening hose to free up the roots. Alocasia Macrorrhiza variegata is a tuberous plant and can be propagated through tuber division. Take a sharp knife or cutter and cut the tuber horizontally. I will not apply any antifungal on these cut tubers because I always want to try the easiest and simplest way of propagation. If I did not get this successfully, then only I will adhere on using antifungal or wound sealer to protect the tubers cut. These are the corms from the roots. We can plant this to propagate. I am using my DIY pesticide to eliminate any pests before planting. You may check these organic pesticides on one of my videos. I am using quite a bigger size of pot. They need enough room to grow. After replanted, water them thoroughly. These are the cut tubers. Press them to the wetted soil gently. You will have to check if they are standing upright and not upside down. And after that, slightly cover with soil. Place the pots in a location that receives bright indirect light and be patient. Even though the plant has its own root system, the transplant will still shock it a bit, so it might take a couple of weeks to start seeing them or having a new growth. You will know the propagation is successful when you see leaves popping up. After a month, these tubers are starting to have babies or offsets. And these offsets were just tiny when I transplanted them. And now I started seeing lots of new growths. The leaves which has green and non-green parts are called variegated leaves. The green parts contain chlorophyll, so they photosynthesize. But the non-green parts do not contain chlorophyll. Unfortunately, they cannot photosynthesize. Some variegated plants can produce albino growth, or pure white. This type of growth cannot gather solar energy and will eventually die back. If all the new growth become albino, the plant will not survive. So, if it happens that you've seen a pure white offset, do not remove and let that offset stay with the mother plant. This is what I do if there are pests on their leaves. I normally give them a quick shower to eliminate any dust or pests. In actual fact, I can just trim some of the roots to help loosening the soil, but I want to preserve as much roots to show you how much these offsets had grown. The offsets or baby plant I propagated now became a mother plant and started producing its own offsets. Initially, these are the tubers offsets, but because of the pressure of water spray, few offsets fell off from its mother tubers. That's all for today. I hope you like this video. And please do thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Till next, marami pong salamat. Bye!